championship here. Shota Amanashvili. European champion Akaki Jincharadze in over 107, and the man who was almost there at 80, Ahmed Razam Azar, broke the European record. Then Donato Teleska came back, grabbed that record back in the powerlift and took the gold away. So Georgia, with their gold and silver medalist here, that is a very, very strong team. And in terms of the heats, it's the top 4 who will go through to the semi-finals. So these heats are essentially to eliminate the bottom side. It's been a sensational week, and we are not yet finished. Another new innovation which we will see in the mixed competition, because there have been times before where individual athletes have wanted to take part, but there weren't enough teammates to actually have a team. So in the mixed competition we do have a combined world team made up of competitors from 3 different nations. It's been a very enjoyable time here.
Please direct your attention to the big screen as we...
Well, it was for the team competitions that the referees draw was originally introduced 3 years ago, and now it's done for every event. And here are our referees.
These are our technical officials on the field of play. Please welcome Chief Referee Chiara Cifarelli. Left side referee Mohammed Al-Kersh.
As always, a random draw. There's a referee seated area for this where they leap into action.
Spotter loaders, please join us on the field of play.
And they were caught so unawares by this that obviously they don't want to be wearing their accreditations on the stage. Always seems to go right when they're backstage, though. The individual events. Anyway, centre referee Chiara Cifarelli for Italy. The left referee is Mohammed Al-Kersh from the United Arab Emirates, and the right side referee is Olga Shina from Kazakhstan. Pascalina Nozaki is the technical controller for this.
Yeah. Is that all you got? Yeah. I only got one question. So is that all you got? You go big or stronger? You push harder? Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster? So is that all you got? You put your best and the rest in, no resting. Is that all you got? So you a victor? I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
is how the draw has been made. That Georgian team looks very, very tasty, I must say, in Turkey as well, and actually Ukraine had a very successful week. And we will also be able to tell you on a lift-by-lift basis what they're all going for in terms of points, because it is down to points first and foremost. This is how the Commonwealth Games was decided, because they, I know it's great for parasport to be in events like this alongside able-bodied sport. It gets you new spectators, new audience, which is fine, but there's a massive compromise. The compromise for powerlifting being that a whole lot of weight divisions were put together. There were only 2 men's events, 2 women's events, and it was decided by points. Obviously in athletics there are only a handful of, you know, the 450 odd events that you usually have. So it's a nice little taster of the sport, if nothing else. Countdown's on.
We're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The bar is being loaded to 115 kilos at a rack height of 19 for our first athlete.
So ready to go, and it will be France first. We're going in terms of ascending weight, so it will be France.
115 kilos.
115
Gregory Schrader.
for Gregory Schrader. So he's going for 68.76 points. First round attempt is 115. He went up to 128 in his own competition, the over 107 final. Finished in 8th position in that. It was his first major championship. He's only 18, by the way. So here he comes to give France an early advantage.
Good lift.
And he has good lift. That's what I'm saying about being conservative, which he very much was, and that's 3 white lights for him, and that's good news. Was 115, he got 117 in his event, but missed out when he went for 128. And, well, I mean, if you do that, if you have a miss in this event, if you go way too high, fine, you might have been able to get a lot of points, but then, well, you're not going to score if you miss, and
the bar is ready.
Then there's trouble.
Dominican Republic.
Because your team's chances of going through are nullified a bit. So that's why they're not going as all out as they would do in an individual final, because the risk realistically is a lot greater. Raquel Rojas for Republicana Dominicana. I think I put an extra syllable in there, Dominican Republic. Raquel Rojas going for 120 in this opening round. They had a very strong team here. They had a very strong team at the Road American Championship. He cleared 135 in his own event, which had him 6th in the open competition. So 120 is attempt here, and that is worth 77 points. Keep you updated throughout how many points are up for grabs. 77.03. I know that caused a little bit of confusion, I believe, at the Commonwealth Games, because there was a decimal point which some people didn't carry over, so they couldn't work out how some of the medals were decided, because it went down to, I think, a third decimal point. Now, how good was that? 120. Yep, that's good enough. 2-1 in his favour, 77.03. It is a good lift. 2-1 in his favour, that's fine. And so, Dominican Republic, 77.03. France, 68.8.
Voters, please. 145 kilos. Rack height 15. 145 kilos. Rack height 15.
Oh, brilliant. So much to be happy about. So Ukraine will be the heaviest attempt. Georgia are up next. And this will be Shota Obrashvili.
The bar is ready. 145 kilos representing Georgia. First round attempt. Shota Obrashvili.
Now he's going for 145 here. He had 3 attempts at 160 in the men's 72 kilo final, which he didn't get on any occasion. So wading in for 145 here, which is probably a smart move. And this is worth 101.69 points. Fourth major championship in which he didn't register a mark, but he can here, which is another extent of the value of this team competition.
One minute.
Years old now, 150 is lifetime best, so this is actually not very far off. He went for 3 lifetime bests in his previous one. I am sorry to say he has not got that. It is 2-1 against, and it's the press sequence for both.
Loaders, please. 150 kilos. Rack height 3.
Both referees who marked him down both said it was the press, so he's had 4 lifts in this competition and missed out on them all, and Georgia now have a major disadvantage. Find themselves down in last place with 0. Dominican Republic 77.4, France with 68.8. So next up for Georgia, Konstantin Panasiuk is going for 150. Bronze medalist in the men's 54 kilo final. Put on a little bit of weight since then. A weight of 150 he's aiming for, which is 119 points, which would be a major lead straight away. 119.09. World Team Silver and Bronze previously. The bronze he won here, his first individual championship medal. Ukraine have had a very good team championship previously. This helps. This helps a lot.
Loaders, please.
Good lift, 119.
Rack height 5.
They lead on 119.2. Dominican Republic 77.4. France 68.8. Turkey no score. Last to go in this round for Turkey, Abdullah Kayanpar. Men's 40 79 kilo silver medalist as Turkey took gold and silver. European silver medalist again. This will be worth 133 points or thereabouts, 133.8. His own competition, he started at 155, then got 163, missed out at 171, but you can understand the reasons why he would not wish to go as high in this. You can go all out, you can get a massive score, but what if you don't? This would be the lead for Turkey, and a considerable lead. $150 for Abdullah Yapinar, and he's got that too. Nice lift. 133.8.
This concludes
all three white lights.
Check the scoreboard. You can see that Turkey currently leads with 133.8.
And Turkey well out in front.
150 kilo lift.
But Ukraine in a strong position as well.
It's a heavier athlete for Ukraine. That's
And because Georgia have missed out, in order to get through to the semi-finals, you can take it as conservatively as you like. Here are the scores. Turkey 133.8, Ukraine 119.1, Dominican Republic in third on 77, France fourth on 68.8, Georgia at the moment in trouble, haven't scored yet. They need to score heavily in round 2. And it will be the Dominican Republic who are going to go now with Jose Manuel Abud.
The bar is ready, 140 kilos, representing Dominican Republic, Jose Manuel Abud Coronado.
This is worth 101 points. Jose Manuel Abud in the men's 65 kilo decider, finishing 4th in the open competition. He went up to 143 in that. That was his first round attempt. A couple of further attempts at 143. He did not get. 155 is his lifetime best. He actually medalled at a major championship before. He's been based in Madrid for 10 years. This would be the lead temporarily for the Dominican Republic. They'd be the first nation to get their first 2 lifts in, and they'd leap up to around 178 points.
One minute.
Jose Manuel Abud then to add over 100 points to the score. Lifting 140.
Good lift.
And he has got it.
Coronado.
That increases their chances of getting through to the head-to-head lifts, the semi-finals. That is a very good, solid lift.
145
Dominican
kilos,
Republic
round
in
1.
prime position now. France will be up next to go. And it'll be Johan Lamar who will lift.
The bar is ready, 145 kilos, representing France, Johan Lamar.
So Johan Lamar going for 145 here. And that will be worth 95 points, 95.69. Group B of the men's 80 kilo final, and he got 145 in that. That was his best lift. Finished 8th in that, tied for 8th alongside Andrea Bruno of Italy. That was one of the biggest finals of the week. First major championship for Johan Lamar. This will be worth 95, heading for 96 points. This will be very valuable for France. Oh, I wonder about that. No, and it was the down sequence from all three referees. So that opens the door for Georgia to get back into it. It's only the second miss we've had all competition. He went very high. He did go very high in terms of the weights. He'd gone in individual competition, and right from the start he looked as if he was struggling on the down sequence. The bar, simple, one rule in the down sequence, the bar must be under control at all times. With the press sequence, there are 7 different elements they're looking at. The stop sequence, there are 3. The body position, a lot, but a lot of those are quite basic. But we have had 2 misses, and France and Georgia find themselves at the bottom of the table at the moment. Turkey heading towards the top. Mohamed Khan Aktürk, European champion. Lifted 164 to claim the gold, ahead of Abdullah Kayanbar. Didn't register a mark in the World Championships here in December. Boy, did he register a mark here. It's a lifetime best, and this at 155 is an absolute whopper. He started at 160 in our 49 kilo decider, 164 after that, missed 171. He and Abdullah Kayanbar both went for that in the final round, didn't get there.
1 minute.
But they were the top 2 anyway. This is worth 136 points. Considering that others have missed, this on its own, along with Abdullah Kayanbar, should pretty much clinch Turkey's spot in the semi-finals. Once that lift started, he didn't dwell in it. 2-1 in his favour. Good lift.
Artur, Turkey.
That was super by Mohamed Khan Aktürk. 2-1 it was. He lifts 155. So Turkey are on 270. Dominican Republic 178. Ukraine yet to go in this round, 119. France are on 68. Georgia yet to go, are on 0. Ukraine are up now. The great Yuri Babinets.
The bar is ready, 180 kilos, representing Ukraine. Second round attempt, Yuri Babinets.
Bronze in the men's 80 kilo final here in that dramatic 80 kilo final behind Teleska and Ahmed Razim Azar. Second European bronze, 5th in the World Championships in 2019. Victor Kapenko and Valery Zhinojevic have been his coaches for quite a while. So this is worth 118 points and a half. And considering the misses elsewhere, if he gets this, I think Ukraine are quite safe
Good
too, and he
lift.
has got this. That too is a good lift. 3 white lights from Babinets.
Loaders,
excellent.
210 kilos, rack height 18.
nailed that sufficiently.
Thank you, the bar is loaded. Representing Georgia, second round attempt, Akaki Chinchamadze.
So this will get Georgia back in the hunt. Akaki Chinchamadze. Georgia's first ever European champion in this sport. Lifted up to 228 yesterday. This is for 210. This would put them above France in this second round of 3. And by a long way. This is worth 121 points. France are currently on 68. They might have missed their first round attempt, but they are wheeling out a European gold and silver medalist as their last 2 lifters. Gold and silver medalists from the last 72 hours. Still got time. I think he was waiting for that. So here he goes for 210, worth a whopping amount of points.
No lift,
oh my days!
Press sequence.
No, he didn't get that. It's the press sequence against him, and I wouldn't mind that. Is obviously a bit lower than what he's had elsewhere in the competition. He's European champion.
That concludes round 2.
Georgia have missed their first 2 lifts.
Again, you can see Turkey still leading
Omar's Philly and Chinchamadze.
to Ukraine's 237.7. Dominican Republic in 3rd position.
Georgia on 0 after the first 2 rounds.
France,
and all they can hope is that France miss their final lift. Well, that's astonishing. Turkey and Ukraine and Dominican Republic. I think we can safely say the first 2 are definitely through. Dominican Republic, it's still slightly tentative. France, well, they and Georgia fighting for the final spot. Georgia need France to miss their last one, and it would be now. It's Alex Adelaide.
Loaders, please wait.
This would be worth 100 points.
Loaders, a change just in, 107 kilos.
Oh, they've gone for 107 now.
107 kilos, rack height 16.
This just in. And that would be an attempt at 97.6.
Thank you, the bar is ready.
It's a clever change, you have to say.
107 kilos.
Because that should get them far enough ahead of Georgia. In order that basically the only way Georgia could overtake is if a gigantic world record was introduced. European Championship finalist a number of times in para-athletics. He was a sprinter at T54, the fastest and the strongest of the wheelchair races. Brilliant upper body strength, always a great spectacle. He was in the sprints. Above him, Marcel Hug has been the man who's dominated the past 2 Paralympic Games. Hug had never actually won a Paralympic gold medal across a whole lot of Paralympic Games, and then he was won the 800 meters in Rio, and every single Paralympic race he's been in since then, he's won every single one. Adelaide reached a few European finals, and the 400, that seemed to be his best. Decent sprinter as well in the 1 and the 2. That's a decent lift here. He gets 107. France almost certainly in the semi-finals.
Loaders, please.
I can't see how they would be denied now.
Rack height 14.
They go up to 165 points. And even though Georgia have got a European silver medalist coming, you'd have to lift something unreal in order to progress. It's a lot to enjoy. France will go through, pretty certain of that.
The bar is ready, 155 kilos, representing Turkey, Tolga Işık.
Tolga Işık. The final attempt for Turkey at 155. There were 3 goes at 171 and missed them in the men's 72 kilo final. Had he got even one of them, it would have been bronze. Was hoping for a lot in the final round, but Tolga's miracle didn't happen. In the World Championships last year, no mark here, but he can produce a big mark in the team event. 155. That is going to be worth 109 points for them to have all 3 lifts successful. Would put them in front at the moment. They are in front anyway after 2 rounds.
Good,
and that will help. 2-1 in his favour.
Işık.
That is decent. He'd be very happy with it. 155 wouldn't have done much from his individual final. He had to go higher than that, and it did, and didn't register. Good result. Turkey on top, 379 points. Ukraine next, 237.
The bar is loaded.
Dominican Republic,
Dominican Republic
178, France 166.
Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo.
Try and calculate quickly for you what Georgia would need to lift in order to go through. Dominican Republic will be up next. But first, Jose. Going for 167. It's worth 110 points almost. And they've got their first 2 lifts in. So with Turkey completing their 3 lifts on 379 points, this for the Dominican Republic would complete them on around 288. Finished 5th in the open competition in the men's 80 kilo final, now weighing just above 80 because there's no targets to hit open weight team competition for 110 points. They have the comfort of knowing that they are definitely through, and that helps a lot as well. Very good lift.
Loaders, please.
Well, he nailed that at 167.
206 kilos.
It's a very good target again, I must say. 2-1 in his favour. And the Dominican Republic finish on 288.5. Turkey almost 100 points ahead of them, but well, they're both through. France 166.4, I think are pretty much safe.
The bar is ready, 206 kilos, representing Georgia.
Despite where they are, France on 166. Georgia haven't scored yet. Ahmed Razin Azar, the silver medalist final. Coming up for a high lift of 206. Which would be a new European record. Huh. Salaska lifting 205 the other day. It'd be worth 137 points. It would also be the heaviest weight ever done by a European. Salaska lifting 205 in that power lift famously. So Ahmed Razem Azar, I was saying about, well, you don't want to go in too high. He comes in with the highest attempt that there's ever been in this weight division by a European. He has a point to prove.
Good lift.
206!
Georgia.
My word.
Floaters, please. 210 kilos. Rack height 16.
So, for a man under 80 kilos, that's a European record. But because it's an open weight category, why do I get the feeling that doesn't count as an official European record? He'll get a shake in the hand and a pat on the back at the very least anyway. Georgia finish on 137.3 and they are out. But he'd have loved to have had another attempt. He'd have loved to have a stab at the power lift, but because he had missed in the final round, under the new rules, you can't jump up and have a fourth attempt. Here's Anton Kryakov of Ukraine. He's going for 210. And this is worth 123.27. The European champion in up to 107 kilos, Anton Kryakov, lifting 210 and successfully. Ukraine 3 out of 3, just like Turkey.
The third round, as you can see, Turkey will move on as the top seed with
Ukraine
379
finishing
points.
on 361 points.
Second position, 361, also moving on. Dominican Republic 288.5, they'll move on. France 166.4, they will move to the head-to-head.
So Georgia eliminated, Turkey, Ukraine, Dominican Republic and France are into the semi-finals and Georgia are out. Despite that lift of 206, which nominally is a European record. But it might be like that thing Kipchoge did a couple of years ago that wasn't in Berlin, which was the fastest ever, which didn't count. So these are the top 4. We will try and get word across. I have a sneaking suspicion because it's the team competition. That's not going to count as the European record, but as it stands, at least he leaves with something. These are the 4 that go through, and the draw will be happening very shortly for the final 4.
Check the big screen as we see how the teams match up in Match A and Match B. Match B will precede Match A.
So the draw for the semi-finals.
The first of the two matches will
And it will be the Dominican Republic against Turkey.
Match A will feature Dominican Republic versus Turkey.
And match B will be France against Ukraine. So that's the draw.
The winners of each match will proceed to the gold medal match. The losers will go on to the bronze medal match.
So those are the two semi-final pairings upcoming. We have checked about Ahmed Razimazar, just on the off chance, and indeed, yes, it is the heaviest weight by a man in his weight division, but he's done it in the wrong event. It will not count as the European record, but he's done it in competition. It's an open weight discipline, this, so look, Ahmed, if only he'd done it a couple of days ago, my friend. But still, he has a lifetime best, but he doesn't have the record. So actually, when that comes up in the next event, when we're doing the World Championships next year, that will be the big asterisk that we will bring forward. That's better than the European record. Well, this is why it's happened here. It's happened in the team event. It was a good lift by him. Brilliant lift by him. Best bits of yesterday's action in Tbilisi. Day 5 that was. This is day 6. And now let's
welcome the teams
look at the semi-finalists. The final
in
four.
the head-to-head men's team event.
And first of all, it will be France.
Please welcome Team France and Team Ukraine.
They in Ukraine coming out on opposite sides. France qualifying in 4th spot. Ukraine in 2nd, 18 points
Team
behind
Ukraine.
Turkey.
Konstantin Pamasuk.
Ukraine.
Team France. Gregory Schrader.
Gregory Schrader got his
Team
mark
Ukraine.
of 115.
Yuri Babinet.
Team France. 118.
Yoann Lamar.
Yoann Lamar missed his attempt at 145.
Team Ukraine. Anton Kryukov.
Anton Kryukov got 210.
Team France.
Medal this
Alex
week.
Adelaide.
Alex Adelaide got his lift
Team
of 107.
Ukraine versus Team France.
France against Ukraine is on the way. Schrader's going to go first for France.
Competing in match B.
With an attempt of 120 in their semi-final matchup with Ukraine. The other semi-final, Turkey against the Dominican Republic.
Turkey versus Team Dominican Republic. Team Turkey, Abdullah Kayafana. Team Dominican Republic, Frankly Benedez Rojas. Team Turkey, Mohammed Khan Artur. Team Dominican Republic, Jose Manuel Abud Coronado. Team Turkey, Tolga Dudisuk. And Team Dominican Republic, Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo. Team Dominican Republic versus Team Turkey, Mache.
Turkey against the Dominican Republic. Paredes, Abud, Rodriguez for the Dominican Republic. Abdullah Kayafana, Mohammed Khan Artur, Tolga Ishik for Turkey. So the two highest scoring teams kept apart in the semi-final draw. Furniture being put out, and the flags as well, just in case we need it.
Draw your attention to the big screen.
Now
as we
the
choose our referees for the field of
draw
play.
will now happen.
Our referees
And there they
for
are,
the field of play
all
for the
ready
B and
to
the A
emerge.
match. The chief referee, Finland.
Jari Laine of
Jari
Finland, the
Laine.
chief referee, Tibor Gyurko of
Left
Hungary,
side referee,
and Mohamed Alkesh
Hungary,
of
Tibor
United
Gyurko.
Arab Emirates are the three
Right side referee,
who will be in
United
charge.
Arab Emirates, Mohamed Alkesh. Please welcome the technical officials to the field of play. Spotter loaders, please 120 kilos, rack height 19. 120 kilos, rack height 19.
Gregory Schrader will be first for Germany, first for France this time. Having got his lift in the opening round, this will be his first attempt at 120, which is an advance on what he did last time. 71.74 points is what it's worth. Schroeder, Adelaide, Lamar for France, Panassiuk, Fabinets.
120
Pick off for
kilos on a
Ukraine.
rack of 19. The first attempt belongs to France. Gregory Schrader. Schrader, France.
So Schrader coming in at 120 for France. This will be worth 71.74. Got 115 in the heats in what is his major championship debut. He's only 19. Was as high as he went in his individual competition. Missed 128 in the last round, so this is a leap beyond what he did individually. I wonder about that press. Yep, it's
Good
okay.
lift.
2-1 in his favour, that's
Trainer.
enough. That'll do it. And France are on the board.
Floaters, please. 150 kilos. Rack height 3. 150 kilos.
Well, he just
Rack height
kept
3.
it clean, he kept it moving. And he did have one vote down, but never mind that. He got it over the line, and that's all that counts. Panasiuk is next, going for 150. That'll be worth 119 points.
Panasiuk, 150 kilos.
European bronze medalist. Cleared 150 in the heats and going for it again here. So here he comes. This for a significant lead of 119 to 71 after the opening round of attempts. And it is good, 2-1 in his favour. Nice lift by Panasiuk.
That concludes round 1. France has 71.8 points. Team Ukraine has 119.1 points.
Well, the first two French competitors are having to leap up in terms of their lifts from the heats. They're going to have to in order to be competitive. France finished with just about half the score of Ukraine, but they did miss one.
Spawner loaders, 110 kilos, please. Rack height 16. 110 kilos, rack height 16.
Second round, Alex Adelaide is ready. Lifting 110, he got 107 during the heat stage. This is worth 100 points. That's basically the only way they can compete, and just hope that Ukraine overload it and miss one.
The bar is ready. Representing France, Alex Adelaide.
Alex Adelaide on the way to lift 110. He missed at 110 in his final at 49 kg. So this is one where he's hoping that he has learned from what went wrong. So Alex Adelaide, 110, worth 100 points to keep France in this semi-final effectively. Having missed out in his individual decider, Adelaide. Oh, it's happened again, Adelaide, I'm afraid. It's 2-1 against in the press sequence. And, well,
press sequence.
That has caused
Floaters,
a
please,
problem.
170 kilos. Rack height 15.
That might be France blown out of it altogether. They will have to rely on Ukraine to certainly miss one now. Adelaide on the press. And they are in big trouble, especially against this opposition.
Bar is ready, 170 kilos, representing Ukraine, Yuri Babinets.
Babinets now for Ukraine, going for 170. This will be worth 112 points, and will effectively be worth a spot in the final. So Babinets to go through. I don't think there's any doubt if he gets it, and he has got it. That will be them progressing. France are left with too much to do. 3 white lights for Babinets. An excellent result, lifting 170. Having gone for 180 in the heats, he knew there was less at stake with France having missed. And Babinets, how shrewd.
Once we get a lift entered from Team Ukraine, we'll start again. 120 kilos, please, loaders. Rack height 20. 120 kilos, rack height 20.
I mean, that's the bronze medalist in that dramatic men's 80 kilo final. Ukraine with a sweep of medalists across all three. Johan Lamar is going to go for 120.
Thank you, the bar's loaded, 120 kilos.
Which is interesting. He went for and missed 145 in the heats.
Lamar, France.
Krikov is going to go coming for 200. It's also quite a bit down on what he did previously. Johan Lamar needs to get this after France missed. He's decided he has to go for something a little bit more conservative, just to give them any chance at all. This is worth 79.2. 71.8 is what they've got. France did miss a lift in the heats, finished on 166 points. This would see them finish, I would reckon, about 150. So they've dipped a little bit in performance. Schrader got both his lifts. Adelaide and Lamar both missed one in this team event. So France are looking at a spot in the bronze medal match. Ukraine heading to the final of the gold medal. Dust up. Johan Lamar. 120 worth 79 points. And he will continue to wait, and it's going to be decided on the flags. Oh, it's 3 white flags. That'll do. That'll do for Lamar.
Loaders, please.
France finish on 151 points. Ukraine are already on 231 and are into the final to contest for gold. France with all their lifts done, Ukraine with 1 to go. And Kryakov, the European champion, is going to go for something a little bit lower than what he did earlier. The 107 champion. And this will be worth 117 points. Should wake him up. I sincerely hope so. I will point out, by the way, there's very little gap between the men's and the women's final, so you'll want to stick around with us all the way through. Then a gap of around an hour and a half for the mixed decider. So this to wrap up on just about 350 points. They scored 361 in the heats. That was about scoring highly. This is about just winning. So 200 kilos for Kryakov. We go to the flags.
Good lift.
It's 3
Kryakov,
white
200 kilos.
flags. Kryakov gets it. Ukraine get their place in the final. 348.6 is their ultimate tally. And Ukraine progressed. They beat France, they trounced France. They got all 3 lifts in. France got 2 of the 3. Even if France had got all their lifts, it would have been about 250 points. Ukraine have won very convincingly. 348 to 151, and Ukraine progress.
Please stay in your seats. Dominican Republic versus Turkey next.
The second semi-final, Turkey against the Dominican Republic.
Rack height 18.
Artak, Kerpinar, Ishik in that order for Turkey. The Dominican Republic, Frankeli Paredes, Jose Manuel Abud, Jesus Rodriguez.
The bar is ready, 120 kilos, representing the Dominican Republic, Frankeli Paredes Rojas.
So first to go, Frankeli Paredes, going for a lift of 120. That'll be worth 77 points. It's precisely what Paredes lifted in the heats. Sixth in the men's 88 kilo final, Frankeli Paredes in his first major championship. Frankeli Paredes for 120 for 77 points. We will go to the flags. His weight continues.
Good
Yep.
lift. Paredes
That
Rojas,
is 3 white flags for him.
Republic.
Oh, that's a lovely lift for Paredes. What delight for the man from the Dominican Republic.
Spotter loaders, rack height 14, weight 160 kilos. Rack 14, 160 kilos.
Well, got that absolutely right. 77 points, it's a good place to start. Turkey scored so heavily in the heats and are looking to extend that. It's going to be a heavier attempt this time. From Mohammed Khan Artuk. This is an attempt worth
The bar is ready.
140 points.
160 kilos representing Turkey, Mohammed Khan Artur.
The European champion. That was in the lightest of the weight divisions, 49 kilos, ahead of Kaya Pinar, Abdullah Kaya Pinar. After not registering a mark previously, Abdullah Kaya Pinar finishing second behind this man, picking up his second European silver. Still plenty of time for Mohammed Khan Artur. Coached by Mesut Yilmaz and Yasin Maydin. Big fan of Trabzonspor was told.
1 minute.
155 in the heats. That was worth 136 points. So an extra 5 kilos, an extra 4 points for Artur. Mohammed Khan Artur. This would be a whopping lead for them as well, 140 to 77 after the opening lift each. Went up to 164 successfully in his individual final, and he gets 160 here. 3 white lights, and Turkey are well in control.
Dominican Republic has 77, but Turkey leads early on
very,
with
very successful.
140.5 points.
That's a tremendous lift.
Turkey, an early lead with 160.
Turkey lead 140 to 77
points.
after the first round of
120
lifts.
gives them 77 as round 1 concludes. Round 2 begins. Once we get
Into round 2, Jose Manuel Abud for Dominican Republic coming. But there's what those weights mean. Much lighter body weight Mohammed Khan Artur, so the weights are worth a lot more points.
Loaders, rack height 13, weight 140 kilos. 13, 140 kilos.
Jose Manuel Abud will be next, going for 140. It's worth 101.6. Abdullah Kaya Pinar going for 160. Now that will be a considerable attempt.
Representing Dominican Republic, Jose Manuel Abud Coronado.
Jose Manuel Abud Coronado. 140. Be worth 101 points. Definitely need this, and there's not much doubt about that. Two misses at 147 in his individual final, where he finished 4th in the open competition, got 143.
1 minute.
He got this in the heat stage, looking for a successful repeat again. For 140.
Good
That
lift.
is a good lift again, and that mark has pitched
Republic.
himself well so far. Dominican Republic is still in the hunt. 3 white lights, they go up to 178 points compared to Turkey's 140 with a
160
lift in
kilos,
hand.
rack height 5.
come now. Abdullah Kayapina for 160 is going for something quite considerable.
Bar is ready. Abdullah
He got
Kayapina,
163 in his individual
round
final.
2.
In the heats here, he lifted 150, that was worth 133 points, this is worth 142. And it would be a whopping lead if he gets to the 282, gets the 178, despite all of the lifts being good. So, setting high standards, no doubt about it. For Abdullah Kayapina.
1 minute.
And after winning his European silver here, and well, it was only 1 kilo in the end, he was beaten by his teammate Mohammed Khan Akturk. The two of them, if they're successful here, good chance this will be Turkey into the final.
Good lift.
Good lift, that is at 160.
Kilos.
He's going heavier and heavier. 3 white lights.
After 2 rounds,
Turkey's lead
with
is massive.
283.2
They've got
points.
283 points. They lead
on
by
160 and 160
104.5
kilos.
points.
Dominican Republic has
With 1 round remaining.
178.7 after lifts of 120.
They're not
and
definitely
140. Round 3 begins.
In the final yet, but they're close to it.
Spawner loaders 160 kilos. 160 kilos.
Turkey scoring
Rack height
283.2, and they are going to go fast. Interesting in this final round of lifts. 160 kilos for Tolga Ishik, which again is heavier than what he did in the heat.
Representing
He
Turkey.
picked up 109 points.
Tolga Ishik.
Ishik, who had those unsuccessful attempts in his individual final in the 170s. They've all gone for 160, interestingly. He's worth 112 points. It's all over. Had it been the case that he'd got a bit heavier and that Turkey were going to go second, wow, Jesus Rodriguez would be going for a mark that would have the Dominican Republic clear of Turkey. But if Tolga Ishik gets this lift, Turkey are into the final. And they're going for gold against Ukraine. But he has to get this. Not guaranteed otherwise. Ishik, Turkey have been clear all the way through so far. And that does not change! Turkey are into the final. Ishik, an excellent lift of 160, and they finish on 396 points. The Dominican Republic can't match that. Brilliant lifting from all three, and Tolga Ishik as well. They've got all of their lifts so far. Oh, what brilliant delight. Yes, please. Tolga Ishik scoring for Turkey. And three misses 171 in his individual final. Jesus Rodriguez then going for 167. This is worth 109. And even though they get all their lifts if successful, that would be about 288. They would still be over 100 points, about 108 points behind Turkey. So it will be the Dominican Republic against France for the bronze medal match. Ukraine against Turkey for gold. That's already been clinched. the open competition in the men's 80-kilo final.
1 minute.
The Pan Am Games fourth placer in Lima didn't register a mark in the Americas Championship in Bogota 4 years ago. We wouldn't have seen him in St. Louis, actually. Dominican Republic had a good team at that, all the same. So this for a clean sweep for the Dominican Republic, even though it would not put them into the final. Lifting 167 successfully. So he's got the 110 or so points in the bag. 3 white lights. The Dominican Republic finished on 288.
The matchup of Turkey versus Dominican Republic.
But Turkey go through.
By a score of
The Dominican Republic in a very strong position going into the bronze medal match. They may have been beaten in this, but they scored 137 more than France did in their semi-final. France did miss a lift, as they did too in the heat stage. None of them in that, but a very good lift by Rodriguez. And the Dominican Republic scored 288. They're beaten by Turkey, and convincingly so. But they've shown a good account of themselves. They've got all their lifts in.
Yeah. I only got one question. So is that all you got? You go big or stronger. You push harder. Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster. So is that all you got? You put your best and the rest in. No resting. Is that all you got? So you a victor. I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
So the bronze medal match is on the way, and it will be the Dominican Republic against France. That bronze medal match will be on in 9 minutes' time. Stay with us.
Men's team event. Third place match begins in 9 minutes. 9 minutes to the third place match.
So the Dominican Republic against France in this bronze medal match. Paredes, Abud, Rodriguez for the Dominican Republic. Schrader, Adelaide and Lamar for France.
Team event, third place match.
They will come out. Again, we've seen the order in which they are lifting top to bottom.
Team
Paredes, Abud
versus
and
Team
Rodriguez.
Dominican Republic. Team France, Gregory Schrader. Dominican Republic, Franklin Paredes Rojas. France, Yoann Lamar. Dominican Republic, Jose Manuel Abud Coronado. France, Alex Adelaide. Dominican Republic, Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo. Team France, Team Dominican Republic battling for third.
So Paredes and Schrader will go in the opening round, and they're both looking to lift 120. Schrader, Lamar, Adelaide. Stephanie Schrader is going first.
Please welcome the teams for the gold medal match, men's mixed event.
And for the gold medal match,
Team Turkey
what
versus Team Ukraine.
contest this will be between Turkey and Ukraine.
Team Ukraine, Konstantin Palasuk. Team Turkey, Abdullah Kayapanan. Team Ukraine, Yuri Babinek. Team Turkey, Mohammed Khan Artur. Team Ukraine, Anton Krayukov. Team Turkey, Tolga Öztürk. Team Ukraine versus Team Turkey, the gold medal on the
Turkey
line.
have got a gold and a silver between them in that trio. Ukraine, a gold and 2 bronzes. That's quality. Georgia, mind you, had a gold and a silver too, but they did not reach so much as the semi-finals. "90 seconds to the bronze medal contest. It will be the Dominican Republic against France." And we have to draw the referees as well for the medal matches, and that comes now.
Our referees have been chosen. The chief
And
referee
here are
will
our
lift the
referees.
stage, representing Italy, Chiara Cifarelli.
Chiara Cifarelli of Italy, the chief referee. Tibor Gyurko of Hungary, the left referee. And on the right-hand side, Veronika Kristova, and the technical controller for the finals, Daskalina Nelentaki of Greece.
Spotter loaders, please Join us on the field of play.
So everybody's here and ready.
Spotter loaders, please.
Paredes going for 120, Schrader for 120, and it is Gregory Schrader who will go first for France. We've already seen him successfully lift 120 in the competition. He's the only one for France who has got each of his lifts through in this team competition so far, and his attempt will be worth 71.7. Paredes, a lighter body weight, will have more points to play for.
The bar is ready, representing France, Gregory Schrader, 120 kilos.
So Gregory Schrader, first of all. .71 points up for grabs, and to be honest, looking at the scores from earlier in the competition, notwithstanding what Georgia were looking to produce, in terms of the heats and in terms of the semi-finals, France and the Dominican Republic are very well matched. They got all their lifts in. France would have had 251 in the semi-final. Dominican Republic got all their lifts in, got 288. France are going to have to go a bit higher, look to get all their lifts in, frankly. Schrader has been so reliable so far, and that doesn't change here. 3 out of 3 for Schrader. Likewise, Turkey and Ukraine, immensely well matched too.
120 kilos, same weight. Rack height 18, 1/8.
If Georgia got all the lifts in, 360 would have been only one behind Ukraine into third place in the heats, but they missed 2 of their 3 lifts. One of those things. Kelly Paredes awaits. That was a nice lift by Schrader. You have to appreciate his technique. He's got every single one of his lifts this week, all 6 of them. He's been very reliable for France today. For Kelly Paredes coming next for the Dominican Republic. 120 his attempt. He's already got this twice so far earlier in the competition, and now in the bronze medal match this will be worth 77 points and an early lead of 5.2 over France. We're going to 1 decimal point on the official scores, but we could go to as many decimal points as necessary to divide them. And that is what happened at the Commonwealth Games. 1 minute, it went to 3 decimal points in the end. That was an individual competition that went to points. So 120 again from Paredes. Start. 25 seconds were remaining. That for 120.
Good lift.
And that is a good lift. Dominican Republic lead after the first round of lifts. 77 to 71, both Paredes and Schrader successful at 120. They'll be getting their calculators out, and he took a while in that. The 2 side referees had their concerns beforehand, by the way, so he had to reset himself.
Round 1 is complete.
And that was a good lift, and it gives him a lot of delight, and justifiably so.
120 kilos lifted by Paredes as well for Dominican Republic. They have 77 points. 110 kilos loaders, rack height 16. Bar is loaded 110 kilos, representing
So
France.
first in the second round of goal will be for France, Alex Adelaide. He's going for 110, having missed this mark in the semi-final. Will be worth 100 points. So Adelaide to get 110 this time. Scored 107 in the heats, missed 110 in the semi-final. This to go up to 171 points, just slightly above that. Should edge them over into 172, and he gets it. Well, that's what he wanted to do last time. He'd have loved to have got it last time. He has here 2-1 in his favour. France go on to 172.1. France successful with the first two lifts. Next up, the Dominican Republic, and again, Jose Manuel Abud going for 140, which he got in the semi-final. That's worth 101.65, which is just a point and bits above what Adelaide has just scored. Made his weight for the men's 65 kilo final. It was actually 63.7 for that weigh-in, and 1.4 kilos added on. Since then, he got 143, missed 147. He stuck with 140 in the steam competition all the way through, and he's got it each time. And this would extend the advantage to a lead of around 6, with 1 lift to go for both if he gets.
One minute.
Well, he's made that look very nice. And it's good as well. 3 white lights for Jose Manuel Abud.
After round 2,
the Dominican Republic increased their lead and land the pressure on the last 2 men. It's 178.7 for the Dominican Republic, 172.1 for France. So they need to get the last lift in, definitely, and they need to make sure that they'll score enough points from it as well. That's the lead for the Dominican Republic. Lamar going for 130, which is a big leap up from the semi-final.
130 kilos, rack height 20. 130 kilos, rack height 20.
The Dominican Republic get the last lift, they will win. But before that, it's about forcing the pressure on. The final French lift will be worth 85.8, the final Dominican lift is worth 110 just about.
We have a change coming in. Please wait.
So France are recalculating.
Loaders 120 kilos.
120. Okay, that's a bit more manageable for Lamar. And then hope that the final attempt from the Dominican Republic is missed. So let's recalculate then. 120, that's worth 81.9. It would push France out in front. The Dominican Republic could then recalculate, and 167 is fine for Jesus Manuel Rodriguez, who's already lifted that right the way through this competition twice already. Johan Lamar is having to think. He got 120 in the semi-final. He went for 145 in the heats and missed it. The 80 kilo final went for 141 twice, missed that 145. He did get 145. Might have been very useful in this. If he felt he was able to get it, it would be worth almost 96 points. But again, the Dominican Republic are going for something far in advance of that, worth 109 in the final round. They are really closely matched. There's not going to be too much between them, even if they get all the lifts in. Should only be perhaps 10 points between them in the end, 10 to 15. The current lead is 6.5 points for the Dominican Republic.
1 minute.
So Johan Lamar going for a lift of 120 kilos, worth just a shade, a tiny shade below 82 points. Getting it is the key thing. He has got it. The Dominican Republic are going to have to lift for their bronze medals. Decent lift by Lamar.
Loaders, please. 167 kilos. Rack height, 16.
And France finish on 251.3. They do lead the Dominican Republic, who have the final lift. And it will be Rodriguez with the chance for the winner in this shootout, effectively.
Manuel Rodriguez Bejo.
251 for France, 178 for the Dominican Republic. This is worth 109 points, 109.8. And it would send the Dominican Republic onto the podium to claim the bronze medal. 167 he's lifted all the way through this competition, and that has been a very shrewd move. He cleared 174 in the men's 80 kilo final, missed twice at 180, which still meant he finished 5th anyway. His lifetime best going into the competition was 163. He's added to it now. 167 is manageable.
One minute.
For the bronze medal for the Dominican Republic, for the 100 points plus that will get them over the line for the win. Jesus Rodriguez has got it, 2-1, and the Dominican Republic claim the bronze.
At the end of
288 points they finish with.
288.5 points.
France ending with 251. It was a nice margin of victory, 37 points in the end, but France pushed them all the way. They had to make sure they got all their lifts in this bronze medal match, and that's all that France could have forced them to do. But the Dominican Republic will be on the podium. Great result in this European Open. The bronze medal match is won by the Dominican Republic.
Turkey versus Ukraine next.
Well, what a fine, well-worked competition it was. The podium is ready.
Loaders, please. 155 kilos.
The gold and silver medalists to be decided first. The final score in that bronze medal match, 288 for the Dominican Republic, 251 for France. It is now the two best teams of the competition coming head-to-head. Turkey against Ukraine. Kanar Turk will go first with a lift of 165 kilos. Abdallah Kayapina will be next for Turkey. And then Tolga Ishik. Ukraine will have Panasiuk lifting first. Going for 155, Yuri Babinets after him, and wrapping up with Anton Kryakov.
155 kilos. Calling our first athlete in the gold medal match.
So comparing them in terms of the heats, Turkey scored 379, Ukraine 361. In the semi-final, Turkey 396, Ukraine 348. But Ukraine were taking the foot off the pedal, definitely. Panasiuk, the bronze medalist, lifted 150 twice. Now going for 155. It's worth 123.06. Panasiuk has been very successful, a part of successful Ukrainian teams before, winning world silver and bronze, aiming for the European gold here. This is a good way to start, 2-1 for Panasiuk. Lovely lift, 123 points, just like that, 123.1 rounded up. Panasiuk has their foundation.
Rack 14.
Ahmed Khan Artur, European champion in the men's 49 kilo decider, lifted 164 in that. He is going for 100.
The bar is ready, 165
there.
kilos. Representing Turkey, Mohammed Khan Artur.
He's lifted 160 in the semi-final, 155 in the heats. Oh, he's really going for it here. Well, this is heavier than his gold medal winning lift in the individual final. This is worth just about 145 points. $144.86. Kaya Pinar is also going for 165. So both these men have increased their attempts round by round, which you don't have to do, but it'll get more points on the board. They know that this is the toughest possible opposition to fight off, but they did a good job in the heats.
1 minute.
Again, you have to admire the ambition from both the European champion and silver medalist from the one event. So there it is. Has he done it? 165. He feels he has. Well, you always know, don't you? If you're tentative, you're not going to celebrate that way. You never do. That's almost 145 on the board. 144.9 for Turkey, 123 for Ukraine. Well, that was fantastic. It is a big lead. I think on paper, these would have been seen to be the two best teams in the competition. Georgia, I think they were in that discussion as well, but they didn't get their lifts in the heats. That was unfortunate for them. Pound for pound, kilo for kilo. Georgia would have been in the conversation. Also going for 165. The silver medalist behind Mohammed Khan Akhtar. Abdullah Kayapina, and because his body weight is slightly lower, the score will be slightly higher than he's gunning for. He's going for a maximum 147. 147.2. I can tell you, Yuri Babinets in this second round lifts will go for 190. Way above what he went for in the semi-final, which was 170, and the heats, which was 180. But because he's a much heavier body weight, then it actually wouldn't be worth as much in terms of points. This would be a considerable lead. It wouldn't be an unassailable lead, but it's forcing. As they go higher, Turkey, Ukraine are going to have to go higher too. And again, especially as he was the silver medalist in that final, neither he nor Khan Akhtar hit 165 in that final. Khan Akhtar was 164, Kayapina 163, but they both got it in the team final! Oh, no doubt about that! Another brilliant lift, 292 points they've hit! Unassailable it's not, but they're forcing Ukraine into much heavier attempts in this team final.
190 kilos, rack 15, please.
Magnificent lift. Well, it's unity all the way. They all went for the same weight in the semi-final. And we now know they're doing the same in the final. 292 for Turkey. Ukraine through Yuri Babinets. If he gets this, the European bronze medalist, it will be 248 for Ukraine, and they would be behind by 44 points or thereabouts. Babinets for 190. Gradually up.
No.
Oh my word, no. Well, that is bad news for Ukraine. That is very bad news. They missed their second attempt. That was his heaviest effort of this team final. Babinets, lifetime best of 193 going into the competition. And I'm afraid that was just too ragged on the way up. He did lift 196 in his individual final at 80 kg, but all three went against him. And Turkey are on the brink of victory. And Tolga Ishik could have readjusted, gone for something a lot lighter. But he's sticking with 165. They want to win it in style. This is worth 116 points, and it would win Turkey the gold. Tolga Ishik, frankly, could have looked at the previous attempt and said, right, I want to go down a lot. I want to go down to 130. That'll be enough points. That will make it unassailable. Even 100 would be worth 70 points, and that would be too much for Ukraine to deal with. But that would probably be too low. It wouldn't be an honest effort, would you think? 165 definitely is. Tolga Ishik, you remember, had 3 goes at 171 and missed them in his individual final. But he is the man with the lift that would definitively clinch Turkey team gold. The first ever European Championship final on a team basis. This competition introduced in the world to Nur Sultan in 2019. It was a mixed competition. It was a very long competition. We had about 13 or 14 teams in it. Tolga Ishik then, 165. This is worth 116 points, and this is for the team gold. Tolga Ishik. No, that is not the clincher that they hoped it would be. All 3 against on the press. Wow. The door was wide open. Extraordinary. So, Ukraine have got a chance.
That lift is on a rack of 16 with 230
Kryakov
kilos.
going for 230 after this. Well, that's extraordinary. Could have looked to have taken a bit of a re-evaluation after what had happened in the previous round to Ukraine when Babinets missed. Kryakov now is 230 to go for.
It comes down to this. 230 kilos, 3rd round attempt. Representing Ukraine, Anton Kryakov.
So this is worth 135 points. Kryakov, European champion in the up to 107 category. European champion for a 3rd time. World bronze as well in his career, 5th in Rio in the 2016 Paralympics. Kryakov so far has lifted 210 in the heats, 200 in the semi-final, 230 to give Ukraine a whiff of gold. This for 135 points. And he will get it! It's a good lift for Kryakov. 3 white lights, 258 points to Ukraine. It is not enough. Turkey are the champions on 2-9-2.
The champions, 292.1 Turkey.
Turkey take the gold, despite that brilliant final effort from Kryakov. Oh, he went for it. Boy, did he go for it. Strong at 230. That matched his gold medal lift in his individual up to 107 final, but that missed by Babinets. Well, it was critical in the end. It was worth 125 points. Now that would have won Ukraine the title. Of course, we can then say, well, Tolga Ishik, had he got his, that would have won Turkey the gold. All of the points together, or Turkey, if successful all the way through, would have scored 408. Ukraine all the way would have scored 383. It's how you pitch yourself. It's what weights you're successful with. If one of the other two had missed for Turkey and Tolga Ishik had got his, then we can talk about the ifs and buts, and it would have been interesting. Had Tolga Ishik got his, and let's say Abdullah Kaya Pinar missed his, that would have been 261.1 for Turkey. There is no combination actually for Turkey of any two successful lifts that would have scored less than what Ukraine ultimately did. But obviously if Ukraine had got all their lifts in, they would have won this, as Turkey had missed one of theirs, but Ukraine missed and they were denied. The Dominican Republic claiming the bronze medal by defeating France 288 to 251. Turkey beating Ukraine 292 against 258. And a reminder as well, Ahmed Razim Azar of Georgia lifted 206 in the heats, and in the up to 80 kilo weight category, which he is in, that would be a European record had it not happened in the team competition. But he knows he can do it in competition. What a final individually he had, and the big joust against the Nata Teleska. So that's the men's final completed. The women's final will be on subsequently. Three in that: Kazakhstan, Ukraine and Turkey. God almighty. So the victory ceremony for the men's event oncoming. Women's final will be on very shortly after this.
Welcome to the victory ceremony for the men's team event.
So the victory ceremony for the men's team competition.
Please welcome the medalists.
And two great contests that we enjoyed in this. Word for Georgia in finishing fifth. They missed two of their three lifts, and then there was that, shall we say, unprecedented lift that came right at the end for them. From Ahmed Razim Azar. Ifs and buts are meaningless. But let's continue with them anyway. If they got one of their two misses, then they would have made it into the semi-finals.
Representing Dominican Republic.
That's all ifs and buts, I'm afraid. So the Dominican Republic pick up the bronze medals after beating France by 288 to 251 in the bronze medal match. Frankeli Paredes, Jose Manuel Abud and Jesus Rodriguez.
Jesus Manuel
And a quick
Rodriguez
scan of
Vallejo.
all of the lifts in the competition. Turkey had the two highest scoring lifts that came in the final through Abdullah Kayapinar and Mohammed Khan Aktürk. That were worth 147 and just about 145 respectively. The next two heaviest scoring ones from the same two men, 142 and 140 points each in the semi-finals. And then that astounding lift by Razam Azar of Georgia in the heats of 137 points, which was 206 kilos, but which will not appear in the record books. Those are the vagaries of it all. That was his power lift, if you like. Ukraine performed powerfully. Their only miss coming in the final. Panasiuk, Babinets and Kryakov get the team bronze medals. Kryakov, a European champion this week. Babinets and Panasiuk had won bronze medals. Ukraine scoring 258 in the final. They'd scored 348.5 in the semi-final, 348.6. And in the heats, 361. Normally you see it go up round by round, but it opposite for them. But they did miss one lift in the final, as did Turkey, but it didn't matter in the end. Gold medals for Abdullah Kayapinar, for Tolga Ishik, and for the individual 49-kilo champion, Mohammed Khan Aktürk, finishes the week with 2 gold medals. 292 points they scored in the final, having scored 396 in the semi-final and 379 in the heats. But with that disclaimer that they too missed their final lift in the final, it is gold in the men's team for Turkey. Turkey. 'Congratulations to Turkey winning the men's team competition, and to their team of coaches as well, a great team of coaches. Brilliant success. And worth pointing out, the Dominican Republic didn't miss a lift in the bronze medal match. Turkey and Ukraine did miss one in the final. To explain the scores, actually the Dominican Republic did not miss a single lift in the entire competition. They were simply outscored, but they win the bronze. Ukraine the silver, Turkey the gold. Brilliant men's event. The women's competition will follow very soon. Enough time for a warm drink.
The women's team event is next. Opponent is Rohan. Turkey. Abu Coronado. Down sequence cited by all three referees. No lift, Jinchuradze, press sequence. Good lift, majority decision, Gooster. Good lift.